Welcome to Friday Vespers for September 11th. Today we're going to begin a two-part meditation on the subject of peace, which will be divided into the separate segments of inner peace and living lives of peace. So today, since it's the 19th anniversary of 9/11, I'd like us to focus on that more external aspect of peace and living lives of peace. How can we create unity in the world around us, beginning, of course, in our own homes and the smallest communities in which we live and work, and then moving outward into our larger communities and wherever we might have an impact through our words or deeds, be that through direct contact of face-to-face or social media or whatever. My stepdad was a typical country boy raised on a farm near Ellensburg. He had very traditional values, very traditional ways of doing things. So I'm sure it was no surprise to anyone when, at the age of 17, he lied about his age so he could enlist in the military, or that following his 8 years in the Navy, he would choose a career in law enforcement. But what might surprise some folks is the fact that this big, burly military law enforcement, super traditional, okay, I'll just say it, this very conservative, extremely sexist old dad had the most tender heart in the world. When he was in the Navy, he served on a hospital ship as a corpsman, spending all those years healing and comforting the sick and the wounded. He spent his years in law enforcement counseling detainees, prisoners, parolees, and even judges to help people get on the right track in life. He was tender, but he was tough. And one thing he taught people was that anger doesn't pay off. Revenge, cruelty don't pay off. That it's only when we talk and come to a peaceful resolution that we are able to move forward in positive ways, even when it's a sister fighting with her stupid little brother who won't stay out of her room. Toni Morrison once said in an interview, "My feeling is that cultures and nations that are clashing, they're doing the easiest thing. Murder and killing is the easiest thing to do. The language of reconciliation, the language of peace is understood as not having the strength, as not sexy, not adventuresome, not strong. The language of war, Churchill, all the poetry, the epics and sagas are about war and death and honor and so on. Maybe it had to be that way to get people to go and fight and die. But it looks to me that the language of Gandhi, of Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, is the real language of humanity. It's understood by those who want to live in peace. It's the strongest language. That language got us to the civil rights movement. It called upon the best parts of other people. It's demanding the best parts of ourselves. As we come to a close today, let's remember that when we enter this world, there is no anger or hatred already built into us, no need to strike out. We may not yet have learned empathy, but love is developing within us as we respond to the caretakers who surround us. Let us remember that as we are, if we are, nurtured into ways of harmony and peace, these are the traits we personally develop. These are the traits we live out in our daily lives. And, of course, the opposite is also true. Let us remember the language of Gandhi and King and Mandela, who walked the talk and showed us how to live lives of unity and peace, even in times of horrendous turmoil and danger. And let us stop to breathe. Breathe in. Breathe in those memories of the peaceful moments of grace and peace that you have experienced in your life. Those moments in which you have known that peace was the way to go forward in life. The moments that have inspired you and set you on the path toward who you want to be, the way you want to be, to speak, to live as a person of peace. As we breathe out, let's breathe out those treacherous thoughts that the world might try to instill within us, that might makes right. And may we remember that our Prince of Peace told Peter to lay down his sword. As we breathe in, may we remember that we are called to beat our swords into plowshares and our spears into pruning hooks, so that instead of killing, we might feed and tend to the needs of our brothers and sisters around God's creation. For only in God's distributive justice might the world know God's true peace. Shalom, salam. May that peace be yours. May you find it. May you live it. Keep breathing. Bye-bye.